So previously on other episodes, we've done a lot of mocking everything up. So now we're trying to tie off all those loose ends and we'll start finishing off systems now that the mock-up has been successful. So today, we're going to put the catch can back in, work out what fittings we might be missing so I can go do a quick run, pick up the clamp, and then hopefully today I can finish off welding the entire intercooler piping system and get that all buttoned up. Alrighty, so you've seen me in a previous video do the first mock-ups of the catch can, so today I'm going to properly mount it and then we'll work out the lines. I've got to go to the shops, pick up that clamp that we've been waiting on, and I'll pick up any other fittings to finish this catch can setup today as well if I can. I don't know why I added that and made myself awkward at the
end. Dramatic zoom.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Righto guys, so we've just been brainstorming a little bit in regards to how we want to route the catch can lines. Originally what we were going to do is we were going to put some hard line around the strut tower. However, then we run into issues where serviceability of the hot side could be a little bit of an issue. So what we're actually going to do now is we are looking at ways that we can run just running Teflon braid over the top of the engine. But the only other issue we ran into then was the reason that the Rb26 is bright red and everything else is black is because we really wanted to make the Rb26 really shine in this engine bay. So we're looking at ways that we can try not to cover up the top of the engine and try and retain sort of a nice neat look and the serviceability of the hot and the serviceability of the hot side. Sorry, the dogs are down there. So I'll quickly pass you on to Sam and we can have a look at what we are about to do.
Catch the ball. How was that for a dad joke?
That was terrible.
Said pass it on to Sam, right?
And we just got that joke.
That's even worse that you didn't even get why I made the catch the ball joke.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, you heard Zach and he pretty much nailed it. I was hoping to sort of run it around the back and sneak it. So again, we could have the bright red RB in the engine bay being the centerpiece. Everything else getting shaved, blacked out, and you know, any eyesore or anything like a catch can line, it's like we don't care for looking at them, we wanted to hide it. But I think if we just make it neat and keep it tidy, it's not going to take away as much as what we think.
So do you want to run us through where you originally hoped to put the catch can lines and the reason why we are now changing it to go over the top of the engine?
Yeah, so basically I was going to run straight 90s off to this and bring it around this side and hub the strut tower here and bring it out to the fittings and go on to there. It's going to work, but I'm going to be going directly over the heat. But
I also think having a big piece of straight -12 across there was a big enough eyesore in itself to warrant putting the 240s going down and then down across the chassis rail, but then you run into other issues with heat and space and everything.
Yeah, so a lot of issues, a lot of things to work out, but I think if we go this way, so this one's going to go straight, it will run straight over one rocker cover, and then it will bend around, come around and go straight onto a fitting here, which will be a 30 degree and will come out about this angle. It will mount there. Then for this one, we come off and then it will match that angle there, come around 90 down into that fitting.
And it kind of works really well because we have the notch in the top of the Rb26 cover, which a lot of people
try and keep it into. So what we'll do is we'll clamp where they meet and we'll clamp where they need to start bending around to go 90, and we'll sleeve that section so it looks like more one piece of hose rather than two. It's only going to take one rocker cover, and when the center cover, like coil cover's back on it, I don't think it's going to be an eyesore with just hoses going squiggly everywhere and looking untidy. We want this thing to be extremely tidy, and I think practically and for tidiness, at the end of the day, just coming over this one rocker cover and around will be most practical and most tidy to do it that way. this fitting's on, measured it up. Normally as a point of reference, I'll trim, some fittings will even put a marking on here, and that's normally the depth that this hose actually sits inside it. So I'll usually use that as a reference for my length. So roughly about there is what we're going to want for our curve and our angle, and allow us to build an airbox, an intake underneath that, which will be good. So if I trim it about here, I'll go put this fitting on. Hey, now that I've got your attention, if you jump on www.otakugarage.com and you /merchandise, you too could own one of these t-shirts.
Like that.
Do it. Alrighty, welcome back to another day. Today we'll finish off the catch can and we'll get to the intercooler piping and finish welding that all up, and let's get into it. I'll do a quick mock-up and show you how it's going to look, and then we'll go from there. So that will run from there, out and around and down to this one, and we'll be using these spacers to keep everything neat and tidy, and this heat wrap here will just help protect the line from the turbo housing, which is ceramic coated, so heat control should be pretty good, but this will just be an added protection. Alrighty, so ordered this in and I forgot to pick it up the last time I went, but we now have it. So we can actually finish off this intercooler piping. So where this clamp is actually going to sit, so we're going to, this little temporary piece in here, we'll trim to size to suit this and tack weld it in. Then we'll grab all the piping, we'll do final welds on them, and we can call the intercooler piping finished. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so this part will weld to this part, and then these two will get welded together. So what we're going to do first, we'll make this weld the last tack that we do. So I'll get this clamp tacked on, these tacked up, that tacked up, and all of this tacked up to the turbo housing. Put it on for one last final fitment and just make sure that these are 100% meeting where we want, mark it, and then we can do the final welds. Derp face. So we went to weld because we're real excited to finish and try and get all that intercooler piping welded today, but hit the trigger on the gun and I had no gas coming out the gun. Sorry about the GoPro turning itself off. But yeah, hit the trigger on the gun, no gas came out, which is evident in that discoloration and powdering there. That's just evidence that there's no inert environment for the weld, and there's oxygen there and it will do that. So took the covers off and found this blue hose here. So the gas comes in from the bottle, ends up just over here at the back. There's a solenoid that when I hit the trigger, it lets the gas through. But this hose back here is clean broken in half from 7 days ago when I last used the welder, and it was working perfectly fine. And now it's in two pieces. So only God knows how that one happened, but that's stopping me on a Saturday afternoon welding because I have to go to the welder shop and get that hose and fix it on Monday. So we'll try again on Monday to finish this episode. as you would have seen at the end of the last clip, the welder busted its gas line. This is actually what's left of it. All those little tiny fractured pieces. So after 6-7 years, it finally broke. Replaced that hose, and then the welder itself cracked the bed, and just got it repaired, got it back. So let's just jump in, let's get this welding done now. Come on. I've got the driver side, or the cold side of the intercooler piping all welded up, and the front housing of the turbo, so we'll do some close-ups of them shortly. Got the hot side, or the passenger side, down behind me to tack up, so we'll tack weld all that, we'll call it a night. Tomorrow morning we'll pick it back up and we'll test fit everything. Alrighty, welcome back to another morning. I hope you guys don't mind these more vloggy style episodes, but we got all the piping welded up on the driver's side, tacked up, ready to test fit for the final time for the passenger side, or the hot side. And Zach has also given me some stuff to weld up for his FD, so add that to the list today as well, and we'll get all this sorted. Alrighty, welcome back. It's another day. We lost power for like a day yesterday. It's all been sorted now, so we're gonna get back off and try to finish this intercooler piping. I swear the universe is trying to stop me from just doing some welding this week. But here we are. Matt and I have played around with this piping a little bit more. After putting the 2-inch clamp in, stuff wasn't lining up as well as it did before. So we cut some tack welds, readjusted it, we've got it all happy now, so let's go into the welding room and we'll get this stuff all welded up.
Yeah, you might not wanna get close. We a little wild war, covered in tattoos. Run it up, taking all the views. Stepping on place, feeling the fear. I know you feeling it in the air. Whole squad wearing all black. Motivation's looking real bad. We back to the bone, raising a fire alone. We ain't never needed nobody. Give me 6 feet, this is my party. Ain't got no feelings, we heartless. Take a peek inside the darkness. Blow up the spot, then we run it. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say a prayer for me.
Alrighty, that brings us again to the end of another episode. We are going to cut it a little short of what we originally had planned for the episode, because sometimes you have these weeks where everything goes against you. But we've got the intercooler piping done, and oh god, is that satisfying to look at right now. So we're really happy with that. So please don't forget to jump on to otakugarage.com.au, buy some merch, really helps us out. We've got a new sticker coming very shortly, and we've got a new hoodie getting designed. So keep an eye out for the video dropping with Loki drawing that up for us. As well as in the next week, we'll also have a video coming out announcing some really big changes and some exciting new things coming for Otaku Garage in the future. That's going to be around the YouTube channel, the online store, and the workshop itself. So keep an eye out for that one, and keep in the loop with all the big changes that we've got coming. Thank you. See you next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Quick public service announcement. Just want to say thank you for all your support. It's been absolutely fantastic, and it's really encouraged us to keep going. A lot of feedback is starting to come along and say, please release more content. So we are working towards that. Sit tight, hold on. We are trying to bring more content, but first and foremost, we are a workshop. And you guys have been keeping Jack very, very busy this year. And we are an online parts store and merch store as well. And with that, so you guys have been keeping Zach very busy with the online store. So with that, we've got very limited time to actually film for the channel. And we're just trying to find our feet there. So as we find our feet, we thank you for all the feedback and the support. And we'll see you in future episodes.
And once again, guys, if you do like this content, it really helps us smaller creators get out there. If you do, leave a like on the video and you comment. We have a whole bunch of cars here that we have been wanting to make videos on. We have a TA22 Celica, we've got a Datsun 1600, we've got a whole heap of cars here.
Yeah.
We just want to make some content on. So if you guys want us to do like a full walk around of all the cars and all the builds that we want to get on the channel, yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let us know what cars you would like to see on the channel. And with that, let's get stuck into what we're going to do today.
Oil cooler held in a place that it's mounted and it's not going to move.
It's really zoomed up in your face right now.